Hello, hello.
Good day, sir. Good day.
Oh,
How
good.
are they?
I'm good.
Not too bad.
I've got exactly 3 weeks before I start my new job.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be able to join you for a couple more weeks here.
Sweet. Nice.
Alright, welcome in everyone. We're racing with Buzz. It's Pointless Sim Racing Friday. Formula V Gen 2 on the Salvador Street Circuit. This is a compact street circuit, very simple, but extremely quick. For the size that it is, plenty of room to drive around the corners. I often drive this track on Rallycross. It's pretty fun little track.
Go, go, go. Struggling to catch him on this track. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, I heard you talking about it. It's interesting that the bots seem to be getting grip where we're not.
They're incredibly fast, yeah.
Are your tire temps up?
No, and I can't seem to get nothing. They don't seem to be warming up either. Like, they're just staying cold. But I feel if I push any more on the tires, I'm spinning out. So I feel like I'm on the limit of the grip. This is why I struggle with these driving games. Is like I don't seem to get heat in my tires, yet I can't seem to push to get the heat in them. They don't seem to heat up. I don't know what I do wrong, but I do everything wrong.
Whenever I can't warm the tires, I lower the pressure a little bit and see if that gets it there. Obviously, you can't lower the pressure forever, but it sometimes helps. Let's see how I can do here.
That better be Elliot. That better be Elliot. Every time, man. Every time. It was. Nice, Elliot. What do you need, mate? What do you need? Right. All right. Oh, whatever. Oh, nice, Pogo. New weed. Very nice. Very good. Cheers. No corners like me. No corners like me. No one likes me.
Oh. Sorry, sorry.
Okay, we got this. We got this. The turning circle isn't very good.
The circuit's actually pretty fun with the rallycross cars sometimes. Just a little drifting around.
Yeah, I thought these would work here because of the size of them. They're quite small.
Yeah.
Like last week where we had the Formula Dirts on the smaller track. I nearly looked at go-kart tracks, but it's like, that's a bit too small. Woo! Hi, Elliot. Hi. I mean, no, this is because the ones that you've been in, Elliot, you probably got in the Ford version of this, or the Hyundai. Have you driven the Hyundai one of this? Yeah. See, the Ram version of this car's a bit different. You get a bit more of a dash in that version. It's a bit of a different. It's a different spec. So yeah, that's why you might think that this dash looks a bit different in this car, because this is just a different spec version, that's all. Comes with the walnut trim, you know, you get a bit more power, better brake pads, but not better brake discs. That's the difference with this model.
Also comes with a tiny American flag in the glove box.
Right.
Made in China, of course.
Oh, are we? Am I frozen? No, you're good. It's just me. It's all good at you, okay. Oh, I give up. I give up. Yeah, I load the pressures to 170 all around and still can't get anything.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm only gotten them to 45 degrees Fahrenheit in the rear, which is barely half of the surface temperature out here.
Right. Mine are currently 43 at the front and 51 at the back. And I'm at 1.7 bar. I was at 1.85. I've gone to 1.7.
Maybe if you run a little tow to scrub them. You know what I mean? Run a little tow so they scrub, get warmer. I don't know if that's the proper fix, though. Thank you for the resub, Scarecrow. How you doing?
Oh, I literally can't go any lower on the pressures either. They're as low as I can get them.
Yeah, I put them as low as I could go too, which wasn't much.
The only thing you can change is ride height or steering lock.
Oh, nothing else.
That's literally it. No. Can't change the final drive. Can't change any of the... Oh, you can change the gears. But it's pointless. Because, yeah, it won't go lower than 390. Yeah, nothing you can change. That's it. We did it. Can't change duct openings.
You can take the racer out of the rally, but you can't take the rally out of the racer. Drifting around these corners trying to get it warmed up.
So, I mean, is that just the way you have to drive then? Just sideways, like?
The bots are not, but yeah, maybe.
Right. So I was trying to do a donut in the pits just to get some heat before I went out.
What about if we just lower the speed of the bots a little bit so that we can have a good matched race when we go to the other server?
Yep, I can do it.
Not sure
They're
how
at
much.
100. They're at 100 and medium aggression at the minute. That's what I normally leave them on.
Yeah, I've gotten used to that. It seems like this class has not been adjusted.
They're pretty good at this, yeah. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. At 100, sometimes I can beat them. Sometimes I'm in the middle, sometimes, like now, I'm just nowhere, you know. So I think 100s, it depends on the car. But yeah, I feel like they're rather quick here. Let's just try and stay. Just use the slide then, let's see if we can do that. Yeah, it sort of froze on my phone. Oh no.
Stream looks good to me.
Yeah, it must have just been my phone, it just froze. But yeah, nothing else seemed to break, just my phone. Whatever.
Speaking of phone, if you like, we can combine the chats. I sent you an invite to my share channel.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Not a requirement, obviously, just if you like.
I see it. That should go.
That way people can yell at us both at the same time.
There you go.
You're going too slowly. tried adjusting the whatsy who's it with the dongle horp? I can't seem to get a clean lap. All good here, Scarecrow. How's work, buddy? I got that job I was going for, so that's cool. Doesn't start for another 3 weeks, though, so I'm gonna try to get in as much racing as I can.
Oh, have you seen the new Noble?
But
They've just released a new Noble. I don't know if it's going to do very well, but...
Well, it'll always do as well as people can afford it. That's the first thing, right?
Well, yeah, it just... I feel if you're asking supercar money, you need to produce supercar things. It's something like £180,000 or something, like $150,000 sort of thing, and it's still very basic.
Wow.
It's still.
I mean, what do you think of Noble?
It's still a Noble. No, I think it's possibly a V6.
So they're just living on the name brand, eh?
It feels like it, yeah.
That's unfortunate. There's a lot of competition these days. It's not like it was in the 70s, you know?
Yeah, and it feels like they're going up against things like the Lotus, but the Lotus is only like 60,000. It's like half the price. It's crazy money they're asking for it.
Yeah, I feel like part of understanding a market is understanding what the others are offering, right?
I'm trying. I think I'm just going to be harder and later on the brakes. You'd prefer the Lotus, Elliot? Ah, there you go, see?
Going to second gear is pointless. Probably can't fit through here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for the money, right? Like, if you're a quadrillionaire, you could have one of each. That's fine. But for those of us who have got to be a little bit smarter about our supercar money,
that's what I mean. For what you're getting,
but you know,
what you're getting, surely you want more. You know, even if you do, like, even if I had, and I could buy one of each, I don't know if I'd buy it because it's like, well, what am I getting for my money? You know?
Yeah. I think I would still, even if I had supercar money, I don't think I'd buy a supercar. I think I would buy a really, really nice Impreza and then turn it into an absolute baller Impreza.
Let's build the brake. I'm gonna put brake pressure to 100.
I think one of the most practical things that I've learned how to do as a guy on the, lower middle income is what parts are available at the store so that when my car falls apart, which it will, can I get spare parts for it?
Where is it now? Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, head-to-head Lotus versus the Noble. It was the Top Gear. It's a new Top Gear thing. I'll share it so everyone can see it if you like.
Yes. It definitely wants me to use a clutch.
Where are we looking? I don't know where to put it. It's called the M500 now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm trying to drive fast, but I can't keep the traction. M500, eh? That's interesting. A V6 M500. A friend of mine selling his Impreza, which is the most baller Impreza I've ever seen. It's a black wide-body GC coupe with nearly 600 horses under the hood and all the track fixins.
Nice.
He wants 50 grand for it, rightly so. It is a fast-ass car. I don't think I could build a faster car for 50 grand though, honestly. It's like fairly tempting to just go ahead and buy that instead of trying to build my own. You probably spent 100 grand getting it to that point, so
It's a bargain.
yeah. But I'd sooner buy that than I would buy like a 2024 STI for something nearing 50 grand. You still have a stock vehicle with 227 horsepower, you know. This one is a race car, ready to go to the racetrack. I can't see shit now. This is interesting. Guess I'm going into the pit. Camera. So I didn't put that button up on this game. Just one I had.
Okay, let's put some time in. Come on. See, like, just from going around the track, I should be at more than 40 degrees. Like, come on. I'm not going slow. this is why I struggle with that other car where the tires heated up so quick. Like, well, why do I struggle in one but not in the other? Like, struggling.
I think they need to refine the tire model on this one, but they probably make choices based on popularity as far as what they're going to work on more than others, you know? Like, they'd better get the GT3 right, or everybody on the internet's going to yell at them, right? And then maybe Formula V is not so popular with the GT3 racers.
Unfortunately, I don't think sim racing is very popular with sim racers.
Yeah.
Like, are you a sim racer or are you a GT3 at Spa? Like, what are you? 'Cause, you know.
Yeah, I often wonder what game are people playing, you know? Like
iRacing.
Yeah. But let's take iRacing out of the equation because you've got to be a real kind of dedicated track racing nut to play that game. What other games are people playing?
I think LMU's taken off quite a bit. I think people that did play like ACC have sort of migrated to LMU. I think the people that play ACC but don't have iRacing would go to LMU.
So it's the new shiny object syndrome.
Maybe. I mean, I like Le Mans Ultimate. I think it feels incredible, but I'm a very big R Factor fan. I think R Factor is, I can feel the car through the R Factor games, and it feels natural to drive. And LMU is built, so you had R Factor 2, and R Factor 3 is basically LMU. The downside to LMU is it's the iRacing model, so it's online racing only, really. There is single player, but it's nothing crazy. Like, it's like every other game, you know. Oh, well, pick a car, pick a track, and away you go. You know, it's nothing different. So people use it because I think it's that COD phase, isn't it? Oh, well, I bought COD to play online. I bought COD to do the single player because that's how I used to play COD before the internet came around. So yeah, I think it's people just want to play online. People just want to see how big their E-peen is. Like, am I better than
E-peen
whatever? Yeah. So I think that's sort of the issue. You know.
It's weird because it makes me want to race more in real life instead of worrying about sim racing in general. I'm just kind of like, eh. But then I go to the track and I get 10% as much driving in for all the effort and money spent. You know?
Yep. I would love to go to the track, but I just don't have the time or the money. Like, it costs to get there. It costs to that's why the most frustrating comment on any of my content is, why don't you just buy a real car already? Like, why don't you just get a real car? Like, firstly, I do have a real car. It may not work, the battery may be flat, but I do have a real car. You know, like, how do you think I go to grocery shopping? Like, I got a real car. Secondly, like we say, it costs to go to the track. I have to take the time to get to the track. I have to pay the track people. I then have to pay for fuel. I have to pay for the track day. Then I have to drive home. Then I have to pay for the repairs. You know, that adds up very fast. Very, very fast. So, yeah, for me, the sim is the way forward. The downside to the sim, though, is people don't treat it like real racing. And that sort of bugs me, you know, like you say, Nate, you go to the track, on the first corner, you don't plow into the dude in front of you, do you? You take your time and you know where the brakes are. Like, yeah. But online, it's like, just fuck that guy in front, let's just drive through him. Yeah, and it's like, well, that's not, you know, you wouldn't do that, so why do it here, you know? You wouldn't do it if people were watching, so why do it here, sort of thing. So that bugs me with online racing. So I prefer to do, like, career racing, but then no one wants to make a career mode because no one's playing the career mode because they just want to see how big their E-peen is. So it says there's this vicious cycle that happens. Yeah. So then you think, okay, well, look, you organize your own races, and then people are like, oh, well, you got damage on. Oh, well, you got the AI. Oh, well, you got cars that I don't like. I had it before. Someone joined and was like, "Oh, I don't even know this track." It's like, that's the whole point. Oh,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck, man? That's the whole point.
Yeah,
Are you a sim
this-
racer or not? Do you want to go fucking racing or not? Like, oh, I get. Nope.
Like, I'm not good at these cars. I'm not good at this track. Therefore, my chances of winning are decreased, and I don't want to play. Like, come on, you know?
Right.
Put it on
Right.
GT3 Spa. I'll kick your ass.
That's it. Right, exactly. Oh, 1v1 me, bro. It's like, fuck off, you child. Like, God's sake. So yeah, so it just, and then that's what, like, I always liked rally from being a kid anyway, but that's why I quite prefer to do rally, because I can sort of still have that onlineness, but I don't have to get taken out in the first corner. That's one reason why I didn't like rallycross. I appreciate rallycross is like, you're allowed to touch, you know, there is touching in rallycross, but when I spend the whole race with some dude just leaning on my back corner, like, come on, mate, like, if you really want to have a look at it, we'll go to the pits afterwards, but stop touching me, for God's sake.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know, but what do I know? I don't know.
That's why I like to play with full damage and license all the way up.
Yep.
And if nobody joins because they can't handle that, all right, well, that's their problem.
Yeah, I agree. Because, and that's the other thing as well, is you're not going to get better, you know. It's why when people are drifting, I hate this, oh, you got to teleport back to the pits as soon as you have an accident. No, learn from it. Understand why you spun, spin it back round, and then learn for next time, you know. Don't just crash on the first corner or have the AI hit you and then just leave. Like, you have to learn.
Reset button, yeah.
Right, otherwise you're not going to get better, you're not going to learn. You have to question yourself and understand that you are probably wrong in the first place. Like here, you know, like, I can't find the time, but I'm sure it's me. Like, what am I doing? I've got to be doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not pushing
No, man,
hard
it's
enough.
just the AI. It's the AI.
Right.
Just turn off the AI.
No, you're just shit. Deal with it. You're not as good as your mum thinks you are.
I can't stay on the optimum racing line because there's other cars on the track.
Oh, that one does me as well. Oh my god. Just, yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about sim racing. I get in trouble. I start bitching at all these morons. Goddamn morons.
Well, that's the reason we're trying to get friends together to do it, right? So we can jump over some of that.
Oh, we're not done. Ah. Thank you. I managed fifth. But yeah, very tough. Very tough.
I managed 17. Damn it.
I don't know how I got fifth because I can't get close either anymore. Oh, the RX-8. See, I have a thing for cars. I just like cars. Like, I see your top trumps pop up. When you said, was it yesterday, no one wanted the TVR Griffiths? I'll take it. I like TVRs. I know they're shit. They'd be terrible to own, but, you know, like, I like cars and I like racing and I like just, you know, like, there's nothing like going to the track and feeling it. But this, to me, has to be the next best thing because, like we say, I can't afford it. But, like, I love it and I can't stop, which is really annoying because it frustrates me because of how the average sim racer is. You know. But
Yeah.
oh well.
It
It could be worse.
It's like, on one hand, I understand that we all start somewhere, but if you just get good at one thing and now you're good at that one thing, don't you eventually get bored and want to try another challenge, another car, another track, another...
Yeah, exactly.
And
And then,
I think some people are just... They lack control in their real life, so they want to win all the time in their digital life. That's my observation. Maybe not true for everybody, but just generally speaking, it's like they go, we just want to have fun, man. And fun for me is winning all the time.
see, I'm down for that as well, and that's what I sort of wanted with this as well. Like, if you enjoy winning, then come and win. you know, come and win, come and beat me every week. Like, I'm down for that, because I don't really care if I lose. You know, I go home at the end of the day still the same. It doesn't. I just have to. If I want to win that bad, then I'll just get better. You know, I have to put more practice in. I have to do better myself.
Yeah,
so like,
we raced our best,
race.
you know, but it's not like, oh no, I'm less of a man this week because I didn't win my E-Peen race.
Right. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't get it. I'm struggling. I think my problem is I treat the internet as a real place, which I've been told before is like, well, it's not real, is it? It's just some dudes hanging out. It's like, what? What? So yeah, so I'm wrong because the internet isn't a real place and I treat it as it is. And the other problem is I'm trying to work it out, right? To me, if I see a problem or I don't understand something, I spend a lot of time thinking about it and trying to work it out and questioning, like, well, is it because of this? Is it because of that? Why did that happen? You know? And that's my issue, is I'm trying to work out the internet or work out these sim races and be like, okay, what is the issue and why? How can we do this better? What can we change? But
yeah, it's a bit Lord of the Flies, isn't it?
Yeah. It's hard work, man.
Oh, it's so funny. People are like rightly so, people are like, I don't want to buy a PlayStation just to have GT7. And then a game comes out, Assetto Evo, and says, oh yeah, we'll have progression and money and building your cars and all that stuff. And they're like, yeah, that sounds great. And then people buy it, and then they change their mind, and they're like, oh, okay, so we're just another hat lapper now.
Right, yeah, like
I've already got AMS2, I don't need another one, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, what is the difference now with that game, you know? I was very excited because, like you say, I wanted that sort of GT7 experience. I want that progression of, okay, there's a bit of, not necessarily a story, you know, I don't need like a Need for Speed story.
Yeah.
But to have something, you know, and like, when you win a race, there's nothing. There's no fanfare, there's nothing. There's no podium, it's just, oh well, you won. And it's like, well, like, you gotta give me something. Like, come on, what's going on? Like, it's crazy.
So you even got the AI on the hardest difficulty possible, and you win the race. And then, okay, so what? Like, take a screenshot and send it to your wife? I mean, whatever.
That's it. The race just finishes, and that's it. And that seems to be every game, which is fine, you know. Sandbox games are good, and that is fine. My wife likes sandbox games a lot. For me, I like a bit more of, I don't know if guidance is the right word, but, you know, I don't want just a linear story, you know, but, you know, having some sort of progression, being like, okay, well, that's what I quite like about Racing Life. Racing Life, but it's a third-party app, which is the issue. But you decide on your background. Okay, so you're a streamer, or you're a sim racer, or you're a professional racer. Like, you decide that, and that then depends on how much money you get to start. Then you take that money and you put it into a race car. So you might rent a Formula V. So you start with, say, $5,000. For $1,000, you can rent a Formula V car and then do 5 races. If you win that small championship, they may give you 20,000 credits for winning. So then you can rent or buy a faster car, you know. So you start with these slower cars. Like, you have to start with like the Fiat Uno and stuff like that. You make more money, you buy better cars or rent better cars, and then keep repeating. But the downside is, like I say, when you finish a race or you win a championship, no one says anything. It's just like, oh well, you did what you programmed the computer to do. It's like, I need more.
Yeah, I think part of the progression is the restriction that you have to start with a lower car, and you have to beat the game on that, you know, and you don't get to progress until you get better. Like, I don't know, man. We've got a dopamine addicted culture. Scroll, you know, instant gratification. If I can't win, then I'm gonna play a game I can win. Like, I guess I'm old school because I like doing hard things. I like earning it. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
You don't always win. No, maybe that's the problem. Like, that was coming in as I was sort of leaving school, was that, well, everybody gets a medal. You participated, so everybody gets a medal. So maybe everybody has to feel like they're special. If they didn't win, then they don't want to play because you know, I don't know. When I lost, tough shit, do better. Get good, son.
But it's an evolutionary mismatch, though. You think, you know, back when we had to go hunt for food, everybody didn't win.
No,
you know?
There's a few times when Fred came back on top of the walrus.
Yeah. Right?
But yeah, it's just a shame. For me, winning is to have like a very close race with someone or get into an overtaking battle. Even if I was like 14th or 15th, you know, if I'm last place, if I'm having a good battle with that dude and we're like overtaking or stuff like that, that's a good race to me, you know.
The guys are trying to get us to talk about Arc Raiders. Never played it, have you?
Arc Raiders, yeah, I played Arc Raiders. Shit. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yes, I have played Arc Raiders. I played it before it came out. It was like in its last beta version, whatever you want to call it. Before it went into final release, I got like an invitation free weekend thing, whatever it was. It seemed good. I didn't particularly like the weapons in it. I felt the gunplay lacked a little bit. It was a bit slow to shoot. Like, I prefer more like automatic weapons if I'm going to play a game like that. It was cool though. The idea was cool. The robots were cool. My brother very much enjoys it, but yeah, for me, I'd rather play a man's game and play Tarkov. Oh, he said it. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But no, I prefer Tarkov really for my extraction shooter. But it was just the guns that sort of did it for me.
But yeah, I see this this ongoing, the motive to sell an experience to everybody so they can get their money and make them all feel like winners so they can get their money. And it takes the competition out of it. Like the restriction of not being able to win every time is the challenge, right? Like what good is climbing the mountain if you could just got rocket boots?
Yeah, right.
You know? You're like, I climbed Everest, I got rocket boots. And I go, yeah, well, these other guys hundreds of years ago, they did it with a pickaxe and a rope and a couple of friends. Yeah, well, we got rocket boots now. You don't need to do that. Like, you're missing the point.
Yeah, so you haven't. Yeah.
The reward is equal to the effort. And
Yes.
I think when people finally do grow up, they always come to that conclusion. It's just now we've got a society that doesn't make anybody grow up. And I shouldn't say anybody. It's not entirely true because you got guys like you and I are still looking for a challenge.
Sure, yeah.
And we got friends that agree with us right here on the chat. They're laughing at the rant. That's fine, but they don't disagree. You know, otherwise they'd be watching other streams and they'd be like, everybody's a winner, gold stars all around. You know.
How did you get through? Oh, it didn't. Okay. Seribot got it. Oh, must be doing good. I got the bots in again.
Banned. Looks like there's
for me,
a couple of them.
I just want to race. Yeah, I don't know. It looked like it was up, but no, Seribot got it. Yeah, for me, I want to have fun, you know, like... And I feel this as well, is maybe people don't get enough drama or have had enough drama in their life. Like, I really have. I know it doesn't look like it, and I'm like this nice, happy, clappy person. But you wouldn't believe the shit we've been through. Like, it's quite a big stack. So I know life is pretty shit, you know, and it's hard, and it's difficult, and it's not fun. So why come on here and make things difficult and more annoying? And, you know, like, I just want to be here and have fun.
I understand
it seems so difficult to do that, you know, like life is so short, and I know that first fucking hand. You know, life is very short, and until you, like you say, maybe it's that you don't realize it until then, and then you're like, oh shit, like maybe I just saw it before others. I don't know.
It's funny is when I explain to people that I built my own house, they're like, oh, you mean you hired an architect and designed your own house? Like, no, I mean, I picked up the hammer, cut the wood, ran the piping, put in the electrical, put on the paneling, put on the roof. I built my own house. They go, well, why
Yeah.
would you do that when you could just pay somebody else? Well, here's the difference. I spent 90 grand building a house that's worth almost $500,000. And they go, oh, that's why you built your own house. Yeah. And imagine all those years I have not paid rent. I've put money into my home.
Yeah.
You know? And there, for me, that was a big challenge. You know, and actually, that was a challenge I was forced into. My dad was like, you're going to help me either way, whether you like it or not. So you might as well embrace it because you'll be part owner when we're done. And I'm like, all right, okay. All right, you got me. I saw the value in that. And yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was 2 years of every fucking weekend. My friends are like, hey, let's go to the beach. Sorry, guys, still building the house. Hey, let's go to the pool hall. Nope, sorry, still building the house. But then when it was all done, I'm like, I put a pool table in my house. I put a foosball table in my house. I had a live band studio room in the house. I'm like, okay, everybody, stop going to the bar. Bring your beer over here. You know, we can party till 6 in the morning over here. You know, and so it was worth it. It was absolutely worth it. And that's where I go. Okay, sometimes the challenge is the thing. Like climbing Mount Everest, you don't go to the top and win $1 million. You climb Mount Everest because you're climbing Mount Everest, right?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, you guys got to check this out. First ever, a guy climbed Mount Everest with his Sherpa, his buddy, without oxygen tanks. They climbed all the way up, and then they skied down.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit's on YouTube, bro. It fucking took them hours to climb, right? Obviously. But you'd be like, he'd run out of breath, take a couple steps, run out of breath, take a couple steps. Like doing that without oxygen tanks. Like people don't even do that anymore. But that is the way it was done originally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to be in incredible shape for that. But there's, you know, once again, I think my calling in life is to encourage my younger brothers to step out of the pajamas in the basement and go kill something. Like get good at something, right? The analogy is being a hunter, right? Let's get the boys together, go take down a fucking woolly mammoth because it feels awesome. You know?
I'm glad you explained that a bit more because I was about to go next door with a shotgun. I've had my eye on that neighbor for a while now. Let's go kill something. Let's do it. But yeah, you got to put the effort in, man.
But the effort equals the reward. Like,
sure. Yeah.
And then science backs this up. They say the more pain that you go through, the better it feels when you finish. So, like building this Ford Focus over the last few years, I've done it all myself. I've done it all with just, you know, spare parts and nuts and bolts in my own hands, my own tools. And then when I get to the racetrack and the car's humming and it drives all weekend, I'm like, oh, this is nice. And if it dies, if it falls apart, I'm like, oh, shit. Back on the trailer, son of a bitch. You know? Mm-hmm. But even then, my friends are like, you want to drive my car? I'm like, nah, I'd rather be driving my car, you know? And then I go home, I fix it again, go back to the racetrack, I'm running it again, no problem. If I get through the whole weekend without busting anything, I'm like, yeah, now we're talking. I did a thing. I did a hard thing. I did the thing. It's fucking awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that's the way he's... one day they'll get it. One day they'll get it. I see your car lover. Hello.
I mean, I used to just drive...
Get that 787.
Subaru on Finland all day long, you know. I used to do the same thing. Or just drive Subaru on Nordschleife all day long, you know. I get it. But eventually you're like, let's see about this Dodge Viper. You know? Mm-hmm. Try to do it with something else. And you're like, let's do it in the rain. Let's do it in the rain at night. Let's do it in the rain at night with other cars. And then one day you're driving a Dodge Viper in the rain at night with other cars, and you're like, wow, this is a far cry from that easy-ass Subaru I was driving.
Yeah, I like different disciplines and different cars and things. I think it also expands your driving ability as well, you know, like you said at the beginning, you're used to rallying. When you go off road or you go off the track, you know how to counter steer on the grass. You know how to not spin it on the grass because you're used to driving on grass when you rally. It's the same like drifting. If you only get loose in the corner, but you can hold the slide, because you're used to drifting, it then automatically sets in, So yeah, I think different disciplines is good just because it makes you a better driver, Like you understand, like when you're sliding, you're like there. I drift, so I understand the slide and the weight of the car to slide it through the corner. Like we say, rallying, when I go off the track here, I know how to keep it on the grass and in a straight line because I like rallying and I do enough rallying, But like you say, if you just drive GT3s at Spa, when it comes to these in El Salvador, you get to the first corner, have an accident and go, oh no, fuck this, I'm off, and leave. I don't get the mentality. I'm so... I don't get it.
I think that, the instant gratification culture that we live in, it leaves people at a massive disadvantage because you'll think, oh, all these rich guys out here, they just got lucky. Like, no. Those are the guys doing it. Those are the guys doing the hard part, doing the things that nobody else wants to do, going to a job that doesn't pay for 5 years on the hopes that maybe someday it'll pay off. Hey, I'm not getting into billionaires. That's a lot of money. You should be reinvesting in your culture at that point. But what I'm saying is people that make a lot of money, like say you've got a job where you make $250,000 a year and you earned it, does that make you lucky all of a sudden? I mean, the guy went to school for it. He learned how to do this stuff, started his own business, hired a bunch of people. And now he's making $250,000 a year. Is that life on easy mode? It doesn't sound like life on easy mode to me. It sounds like somebody put their time and effort into learning a thing and getting good at it and serving the community around them in order to make a living off of it. And that's where, like, old school business structure is, are you solving a problem that other people can't solve? Like, look at it that way and say, okay, so you get these people that are really good at solving problems that other people can't solve. Should we cap that? Should we kneecap them? Should we take away their ability to solve hard problems? Should we say, this is enough money, you've got too much money now, stop making money, stop being creative, stop solving other people's problems? Like, let's not get into the tax structure. I honestly believe that, money should be reinvested in your business so you don't have to give it to the government. And that's the way it's set up. You're supposed to put money back in your business, make the business bigger, grow other businesses, hire more people, because the bigger the pie, the bigger the slice for everyone, right? But, okay, you can do that, or you can just get a job at Walmart. Who's trying harder? you know? Like, there needs to be that innovation, that creative level. And, nobody needs to make $100,000 a minute, okay? That's crazy. Like, you should definitely put in your money back into your community and your businesses and your employees and all that kind of stuff. So, let's skip that part. But I mean, somebody who's a brain surgeon and they're fixing people's freaking brains. They didn't just like pop out of school and said, I feel like being a brain surgeon. And they're like, all right, put the smock on. Here you go. Here's a scalpel. Have fun. The guy went through fucking 12 years of medical school to become a brain surgeon, right? And for all the time and effort that it takes to learn how to do a hard thing like that, when somebody comes out of surgery and they're okay, you're like, oh man, thank goodness, because if they weren't, oh fuck, I'd feel so bad. I learned all this stuff and I still can't fix them. You know what I mean? So doing a hard thing is a very high reward. And I think that, we get this rock star worship mentality going. Oh, the guys in the bands, they're all millionaires. No, they're not. They tour for years and years and years and living in the back of a sweaty van in shitty hotels with a bunch of their friends. And despite that, they make great music. And then they've got money to show for it. But it's still a business. They're still making an income, and they still have to watch their books. They could still have a manager that rips them off. All the things that can happen to any business. It still happens. You could point at, there are NBA stars who made a couple $1 million and went broke, and now they live on the streets. And then there's NBA stars who made a couple $1 million and reinvested it in another company like Shaq. And now they do cool things like bring in Adidas back from the brink of, disappearing. I think that's where the biggest challenge for all of us is what's next. The best thing about life is there is no end. There's always the next goal, the next project. You and Cola, you've got a kid now. That's your next project. And I saw you guys build your house while she was pregnant, and now that was a challenge, right? And now, how does it feel having a home that you guys can live in? It's excellent, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely worth the struggle, right?
Well,
But, you wouldn't have anybody going, oh, I wouldn't bother doing that. I would just raise my kid in a shitty apartment. That would be better. It would be less effort. Yeah. You go and you build something and you make something out of yourself and you keep challenging yourself and push it up another rung,
Yeah.
It's like that. We've climbed the mountain and then we realize that there's another peak over there that's even higher. And like, oh, fuck, okay, we're going to have to go down here a little bit and then climb back up, but then we'll be up higher. You get there and you're like, oh, there's another peak. There's another one. I think that's the best part about life, honestly, is that there is no finish. There's no winning. I mean, there's death, but, up until that point.
I was going to say, as an ex-Undertaker, I would say there is a finish. But,
But I'm like, that challenge to me is, I don't want to leave my children $1 million. If I leave them a house to live in so they could start with a safe base, that's fine. But I don't want to leave them a bunch of money. I think like the whole reason that silver spoon children become, such horrible little gits is because they never had to earn it. They never had to try, They have no challenge, so they never built that resiliency. And then even worse, if they think they deserve it, like they go, oh well, my daddy did all this stuff. I go, okay, so what have you done?
Yeah.
You know who my dad is? They go, yeah, that's your dad. So what have you done?
Yeah. You got 35 minutes till lunch. It's not lunchtime yet. My dogs are already hounding me for lunch. Boop, boop. Okay, how are we doing? I got knocked down to 6th. It's tough, this one. I see you, Carl. I hope you're well. A Robin Reliant in the rain at Nords. I mean, there are some things that I don't want to, I don't want to do just pure pain. I'd still want to have fun. But yeah, that's what I'm about, is just having fun. And to me, just racing is fun. Just, like to me, it's like hanging out at a pub, right? You enjoy hanging out at a pub. This is hanging out at a pub. Like, let's have a race,
Hope we spent 10 years doing GT3 Spa. We'd eventually go, okay, let's change the track,
Okay.
They get used to those cars, and then you're like, okay, let's try some other cars, But yeah, I mean, the virtual pub thing, that's what I'm all about here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm streaming. That's why I hang out with you. That's why I hang out with everybody that I hang out with online. I'm like, if I was doing this for money, then I would be a fucking idiot, because I'm making about 10 cents an hour. Like, what do I get? Maybe sometimes I get $100 from Twitch. Okay, after like what, 40, 50 hours a month, I get $100. That's not very much money.
It's better than I get. I'll be on that.
Yeah, but like, even so, I mean, it took me 10 years to get to that.
Yeah.
And that's like, I mean, I could cater to more popular games. I could have the kind of chat that encourages more craziness and interaction and tell people to subscribe more, blah, 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 and probably make more money. But then, you know, would I be having fun or would I just be working? You know? So it's like that. This is for fun. It'd be nice if there's a little bit of money out of it, but at the same token, it's kind of like you don't get paid to go down to the pub and hang out with your friends, right? Like you buy a few beers. You're actually spending money at the pub to hang out with your friends.
That's why I used to be the barman.
Well, there you go. That's a good way to do it. Yeah.
that's why I used to be the barman. Yeah, they pay me to be there, then I get to hang out with my friends at the bar.
I was a sound guy, so I agree. Dude, right? Same thing. Exactly, I'm like, I ain't much of a drinker, but I'll keep the party going. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I am here for work, but to me, I've always done something, my granddad installed it in me, is always do something that you enjoy, and then it's not like it's work, you know? Like, there are always going to be tough days. Like, I was an undertaker. I loved it, you know, it wasn't a hard day at work. It was fun, you know, because I would go to work and make it fun. You know, we have fun, we have jokes, and, you know, we do things that are fun. You know, obviously serious times in what we're doing because we're at work, you know, but there are times where we make it fun and enjoy it. And I think if you're not that would be the worst thing, I think, is when you go to work and you're like, oh, I fucking hate my job. That would, to me, would be the worst thing in the world. And it always bugs me as well. It's like, when I hear people say it, it's like, well, why don't you leave then? Oh, well, I can't. Like, what do you mean you can't? Go and find another job. Go and find another company. If your company does one thing, there are another company out there that does it. You've got experience. Go and find somewhere else. Like you say, it's the effort, right? You have to put the effort in to walk away from that. So if you can't be bothered to go and look for another job, then yeah, sit there and fucking whinge then. But that's all you're ever going to do is sit there and whinge.
Yeah, then they enjoy whinging. You have to point that out.
Yeah. And that's what people say to me. It's like, well, why did you leave England? It's like, well, I could have either sat here and whinged, or I could have done something about it. Every day I'm waking up, oh, I fucking hate this place. Oh, I hate being here. I hate doing this. I hate this about this place or whatever. Like, okay, so I sit here and whinge, or I get up and I leave and I go and do something about it. Now I'm in Canada and I fucking hate this place and I don't want to be here. So we're on our way to America. But yeah, like, you
guys could still get to Colorado if you try, yeah? Something.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're hoping for that whole 52nd state thing going on. Like, if they make Canada the 53rd state, I would be all for that. I am down for that. I want that to happen. And I want that to happen because then I can just walk across the border. So it's very easy. But yeah, maybe in a president or two, we might be able to come over. Maybe not now, but maybe soon. So yeah, I think that's still the plan.
Oh,
but yeah, I think
at this point
you can enjoy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all sorts of immigration policy problems at the moment. But you know what? You know what we can actually count on always with our fucking American government? If you got enough money, they'll take you. So like, if you guys sell your house and you got $100,000 in the bank, they'll take you.
Do you know that was one of the stipulations? That was one of the reasons that we moved to Canada as well, was because they said, oh, we need you to have X. I can't remember how much it was. Like you say, it's like £100,000. I was like, okay, yeah, I've got that. Well, where is it? Well, I own a house. This is my house. These are the deeds to my house. If I sell my house, then I have the money. You know this because you can see all the paperwork. Oh, no, we need to see the money in your account. Oh, okay. So I sold my house. So now I'm technically homeless because I don't have a house. Yeah, I have money in the bank, but I haven't got anywhere to live. So I'm now homeless. So I go back to the embassy and then they go, yeah, we're not going to let you in. I was like, but I sold my house. Where am I meant to go? I'm homeless. Well, it's not my problem. See you later, bye. I'm like, oh, what the fuck do I do now?
Yeah, the vicious problem is they want you to own property and have a job and have employees and have money in the bank and have a wife and you know, and then they're like, okay, if you're completely made, you can come you can come here. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'd have had millions, then there wouldn't have been an issue. They'd have been like, yeah, okay, fine, do what you want. But because we hit like the bare minimum, I only had like 21 pieces of flair. I was at the bare minimum. So they were like, yeah, we're not going to take you in. So yeah, it was a nightmare. Absolute
I looked
nightmare.
into moving to Finland and they're the exact same way. They were like, you have to have a job lined up, you have to be buying a house, you have to have $100,000 in the bank, and then you have to have references from people in Finland that say you're okay to live here.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
And I could
That's
have
what I
lined
mean,
all
like-
of that up, but I was like, why would I do all this? It sounds like moving to America. So, forget it. I'll just stay here.
That's why when I see people getting what they get from different government departments trying to be as politically correct here as possible, I struggle to understand how the fuck did you get all of that? Because I've tried and I got fuck all. I'm not entitled to nothing. Like, what the fuck? So yeah. But yeah, I think you've always got to do something you enjoy, and I enjoy streaming. Like, I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I enjoy doing the games. I enjoy all of this. So to me, yeah, like although I don't make money, I don't make $100, but I do enjoy it. So I stick at it, and But then I sit here and I question every day, like, what am I doing wrong? How can I do better? What can I change to try and do it better?
Oh, I certainly
yeah.
don't mean to sound ungrateful for the $100 I get. I just started to look at it like,
sure.
if I want to make more than that, I better get more viewers, and by limiting myself to sim racing, I joke about it, but I think it's true. I got 4,400 followers, and that's basically everybody on Twitch that likes rally.
Yeah.
Like, that's it, man. I got to start playing Formula and iRacing and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I don't like Formula and I don't like iRacing. So
Yeah.
I would just be selling out, essentially. Like, I'm a metal guitar player, right? And if I just started doing boy band stuff because I want to make a living, okay, that's maybe it's okay for a season to like just make some cash real quick. But like,
Yeah.
the biggest problem is if you got really popular doing something you don't like and now you're stuck with it. Now you got to do it. It's the same thing as being a job you don't like just because you wanted the money.
Yeah. That's funny. It was Scooter. I don't know if you remember Scooter. I heard a story about Scooter that he's that magician. Musician. He did the Logical song. You remember the Logical song?
Yeah.
It was like the techno remix. That Scooter.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
apparently, someone, I don't know how true it is, it's a long time ago and my memory's fuzzy, but the story goes that everybody heard like his music and was like, oh yeah, this is really good. And then someone went to his concert and he played completely different music. And they were like, what the fuck is this? He was like, well, I only made those songs that you like because that made me money. This is what I like to play. And then he's live playing stuff that nobody knew. And he's like, what the fuck is this? He's like, yeah, this is what I
now it's
actually
his
like.
business to play those songs.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it's quite funny.
But that's why you better be serious about what you want to spend your time on, because if all of a sudden you become popular at it, you're stuck with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I try and do lots of different driving games during the week, and I try and mix it up.
Your boy Bazzy, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
Because I like to mix it up. I can't just sit and do one thing, unfortunately. Like, I may enjoy one thing, but like I like steak, but I also like fish,
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
like
eat
rally
steak every
racing,
other
but I
day.
can't do it every single day.
Hmm.
And then, I can't. I spent a decade building a rally racing channel. I can't really blame people if they don't want to watch me drive sim on, another, or even just another kind of game. Like, I don't blame them. They're here for the rally racing originally. Like, for you've positioned yourself as variety, and that's much more wise, I think. It might be a slower build at the beginning, but then you got a lot more optionality in the future. You could play anything. People are coming to hang out and chat with you and hear about the family and see the dog and, the whole thing. It's like, it's not just, oh, when are you gonna, because for me, bro, okay, real honesty, for me, a lot of times I'll play something else and they go, when are you doing lobbies next? Like, tomorrow? And then they're like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And I don't
See,
blame
quite like
them, but
watching
that's the way it
Species
goes.
every now and again. I quite like watching Species Unknown.
Yeah, Species is great. That's a fun game.
I saw you and Stoneman on there. It was probably about a week ago now. My perception of time's a bit different, but yeah, and I think it was Stoneman I was watching, and he's running around with this gun shooting. Like, those monsters that you're on now is something a bit different to what we were on. Like, have they updated it, or is it just you've got further in the thing?
Yeah, I think we just got into it where we've seen a few more of them now. He's collected all the current monsters, so he's got them all down in the lab now. But
Nice.
we get to the point where, okay, first you just got to go turn on the power, blow everything up, escape the ship, and then like the later levels, or challenges really, is you go in and capture them, right? And then it's even harder to kill them. So it's like there's different ways of doing it. That's pretty cool. That keeps you. It's not just the same thing every time, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is still in early access, so there's only one ship, but there will be more ships. And so as they grow it, you know, the variety will increase like that. And I like it. There's more than one alien. You know, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, there you go. The variety thing again. You know, when I go to a convenience store, I have a hard time buying anything because there's so many choices.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But if I went to the store and there's like 4 choices, I might go, oh, that's my favorite right there. That's the one. Out of these 4 choices, that's the one for me right there. I'll take that, you know? It's like you get paralyzed by too many options. Like infinite optionality is an absolute game killer. Like all good games have restrictions. They have fences. Like building up your character in Tarkov. You know, you don't just start with all the guns and all the weapons and all the armor and everything. You've got to find it and build it and scavenge it, right? You know, that's the fun in it.
It is. I really like that. I've been doing that recently as well. Like, oh yeah, I want this gun. So I keep finding parts and I'm like, yeah, I can build this up. Like you say, like, yeah, that's the fun. Don't just get it. Don't just get it.
Elite Dangerous is huge game. And there's so many things you can do, and there's no end to it, right? So if you like building and exploring and mining and dogfighting and driving around on planets with your friends or doing shooting levels or whatever, like there's so much to do. And it's endless, absolutely endless. And I love that about it. But if you're the kind of person that wants to play through a story mission and have it be like a movie, where it goes start to finish and that's it, I mean, that is not the game for you, you know?
See, maybe that's where I'm weird, because I like both, you know? Like, I'm
like
down
both,
for both.
For different reasons,
Yeah, exactly, for different reasons. Like, I like racing on just, okay, we just made it up and we're throwing a race. That's cool. But I also like a bit of progression, you know, and have that. Maybe that's why I like a bit of Forza. Forza, try and do that. No, darling, you can't jump up here. I have a keyboard. You can't jump up here. I don't know.
What's up, Forrest?
I just like different, like you say, different things for different things, right?
Yeah, that's where, I mean, the variety thing comes in, you know. It was nice back in the days of the original Halo and Halo 2 because there were no other games and everybody would be on that game. But even then, it got to the point where it was a bit boring because that's all there was to do. So we started making up mini games. We'd have warthog races. We'd restrict everybody to sniper rifles or just pistols or, you know, something like that. Or we'd do cat and mouse, or we'd play zombie and that kind of thing. And that built, and that, you know, that gave you more optionality, more ways of playing the game. And then as it comes now, we've got so many games people don't even remember what Halo is. They're like, Halo, that's for like old guys, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, old guy here. I mean, I've been around a while, so that's fine. I don't mind that. And I'm like, I'll play some Overwatch. Like if my son and his buddies were online and they're playing Overwatch, I jump in with them. That's fine. Because it's the, you know, it's the online pub, right?
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But there, you know.
Forrest, I'll see you.
Got so many characters on some of those games. Oh man. Like, how do you even get started on a game where it's like an infinite optionality? Like, you can play 38 different characters and you can build them 1,000 different ways. And then you go, well, what's the best way? They go, there is no best way. Just choose one and go for it. And, you know, I almost get like a little bit like, oh boy, okay. So this is like a real job. Like, you're going to grind and you're going to build and you're going to make your character and you do all this stuff. And it's very, very personal. You know, that's cool. I don't mind that. And then you get all that set, you get all that done, and another game comes out. So then it's like, oh, buy the next game, and then buy the next game, and buy the next game, buy the next game. Like, we've got a new racing game coming out this week. Okay, buy another game. And we go, oh, we got another one coming out. Oh, buy the next game. And see, I started doing that for the racing community. I'd start going, oh, new rally game. I'll give it a try so nobody else has to, buy it. And, you don't get a review from somebody who's been paid to say it's awesome. You get a review from me who will tell you if it's shit, and that's fine. That's cool. That's what I do now. I'm like the racing rally review guy, and that's fine. Like real-time questions about sim rigs, blah, 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 all that. But then I'm also like, yeah, but I don't want to race every day. I want to go like shoot some aliens and stuff sometimes,
You gotta kill something. You gotta kill something.
Like,
oh, Forrest. So my German's not very good. Can you get down then, please? I was learning some, and it was so someone gave me some correction on it as well, because I said Ich bin ein Berliner, and they said no, that's not right. It's more of an Ich bin ein Berliner. So I was learning German for you, sir. I've been joining a couple of Forrest's lobbies. If you know who Forrest is, we've been joining his lobbies on a Friday. I just sneak in the back, see, and just sit at the back of the class and just hang out. So yeah, we've been learning. Berlin, so, honey, why are you trying to climb on me? What are we doing here? Okay, right. Do you want some biscuits? Okay, right. Don't tread that.
There's some famous story about JFK saying that to the people of Berlin, and he said it wrong, so he basically called himself a donut.
Yeah. Doesn't it mean I am a donut? He was trying to say I am a Berliner. He said I am a donut. Oh, that's funny, yes. Right. Okay, while you guys do the thing, I'm gonna go and feed the thing. And we're gonna sort out the thing. Let's go and sort out this dog. That dog, man. Okay, cool.
You feed that dog? Damn it, now I've got to claim my car. Exclamation point garage. Yeah, the sweet pastry, right? Whoa, baby. Forrest, have you played the new update on Assetto Corsa Rally? It's very good. It's very, very good. You can drive in the snow in Monty. It's really nice. And they've got the Skoda. First rally sim that makes me feel like it's actually a rally sim. Like you've got to control your weight transfer. You can't stab the brakes. You can't stab the gas. It's very, very, very simulation, and I love it. I feel like that's the game I've been waiting for my entire life as a rally enthusiast looking for a way to practice at home. I don't want a game that just hands me wins and makes me feel like I'm a good rally racer. I am looking for a game that makes me work for it, that punishes me when I make a mistake. You hit the wall, damage. You hit the tree, damage. You know, time attack doesn't have damage, but otherwise, the damage could be better even on that game. Like, I wish it was even more damaging, and I hope they will continue to make the hardcore mode even more hardcore, but handling wise, oh man, it makes WRC and dirt and everything feel like a cartoon. Alright, I got a faster lap time than Buzz. He's still in the pits, but never mind that. He's just gonna come back from feeding his dog and beat me. Like, oh, what? Fast lap time? Yeah, nice, okay. And then, boop. How about that? He'll be in like 5th. There's an old adage in many belief systems, but this is an ancient adage. Comparison is the thief of joy. Say, you know, you're out there picking a bunch of strawberries. You got a bushel of strawberries. You feel pretty good about that. You're like, look at all the strawberries I got. You bring it back to the village, and the village is like, sweet, bro's got strawberries. And then somebody else comes back with 2 bushels of strawberries, and you're like, son of a bitch. Everything I did was worthless because this guy's got 2 bushels of strawberries. Never mind the fact that that guy's twice as strong as you and can run farther than you can. You know, that's the reason he's got 2 bushels of strawberries. And you are 12 years old and they are 28. Like, there's a reason why that dude's got 2 bushels of strawberries. He's been doing it longer, right? And that's like me versus Buzz, right? Like, I'm okay. I'm a decent driver. I've been at this a little while, but Buzz is actually raced on real tracks and stuff. Like, he is a much better driver than I am, so I would never be like, I'll never be as good as Buzz, so I should just stop right now. Oh. But having people that are faster than me gives me a goal. It shows me that there is more time on the table and that I can push it a little bit quicker. Say over the last 10 years of sim racing too, I've taken that to heart. I go, okay, if these guys can do it, I've got more room to grow. I can get there. But I don't look like it as like, oh, I'll never be as fast as them. I started playing guitar when I was 11 years old. And of course at that time I was no good, right? You're not born with the ability to play music. Right? You have to learn it. Sure, I had some talent. I had natural rhythm, so it wasn't so hard for me to learn, like it might be for some other kids. But it still took me 2 years to be able to play some of the songs that I enjoyed listening to on the radio. So for that first 2 years, it was really hard to stick with practice. You're like, oh man, maybe I should just quit. I'm never going to be any good at this. And now, let's see, 35 years later, because I'm 46 now, 35 years later, I regularly apply for the lead guitar position in local bands or touring bands. Because, you know, if somebody wants to scoop me up for the summer and go on tour and play guitar, and I can do it. I could absolutely do it, no problem. Anything they want me to play, no problem. Not a problem at all. Like, get to that point where the skills are so good that you're like, I could go play some jazz for a summer. If it's a paid gig, no problem. I do that. But 11-year-old me would be like, oh, I'll never get there. Oh man, it's so hard. And of course, 19-year-old me would be like, why would you ever play anything but metal? Metal's the best ever. Everything else sucks but metal. But I did get to the point where I was like, okay, I've played enough metal. I think I need to branch out a little bit. Same thing with all the sim racing. I spent 10 years playing rally games on this channel, and now I'm like, let's try something else. I'm not going to stop playing rally, but I am really, really glad that Assetto Corsa Rally came out, because I am like, I'm going to say it as kindly as possible. My skills have gotten good enough to notice that WRC and Dirt Rally are not very realistic. The grip is too high, the momentum is too easy to maintain, the damage is not high enough, the surfaces are not difficult enough. It's too easy. Which is totally fine for anybody that's like, just want to have fun. You know, just a little fun on Fridays with Forrest and friends and stuff. That's totally fine. But for my personal growth, I really needed higher difficulty of a rally game. And now I finally understand why everybody's been talking about RBR. Because for a while, that was the only difficult rally game. Yeah, Forrest, you have friends. You know you do. You know you have friends because you rarely filter yourself, right? And if they weren't your friends, they wouldn't hang out every Friday, right? Forrest is just being Forrest, and he's got friends. Yeah, not difficult just for the sake of it, yeah. Like, there are some games that are almost like, okay, I understand, it's a challenge and whatever, but it feels weird. Like, maybe it's been a while, so it's not really a review, but I think iRacing feels like ice skating. I don't think that I like the way the grip works on that game. Now, I appreciate that it's made like a lot of updates since the last time I played it. So maybe that's not true. Maybe it's fine now. It's probably been 5 years, Sassy. This is the conversation I've had many times. It's just a point of reference. I don't care about iRacing. I'm not going to talk about iRacing in particular. Just saying, there are some games that feel intuitive, like Buzz was talking about earlier, and then there are some games that I feel like, okay, I see the challenge, I understand why it's so difficult and stuff, but then I'm kind of like, but the real cars that I drive are, you know, I don't know. I drive lightweight 130 horsepower autocross cars, right? I don't have a 600 horsepower GT car. I don't have one. I don't have no reference. So if I was going to do iRacing, I'd probably just be in the Miata class. I'd be happy with that, because that's the kind of thing I drive in real life. Welcome back, Buzz.
Hello, sir. Hello. Sorry. My dog's
no
here
worries.
again. Please.
No worries at all. We're just chewing the shit.
Bleeding all over the place. Cool. I shall continue. Sorry. Okay. P16. Let's do...
They had heat management issues. Okay, now that makes sense, because the last time I play it, I felt like once the tires were warm, they'd be good for a little while, and then they would just go to crap. But, okay, so first thing is, I'm not a track racer. And so if I started doing that all the time, I would get really bored with it. I'm just not a track racer. And it's okay that other people are. That's fine. They can absolutely suit themselves. But so many times you get random people who've never met me in the decade that I've been on Twitch will come in and say, when are you going to start playing iRacing? I go, why would you, did I say I was, what? Like, that's some random ass shit, bro. It's like you walk into a metal club and go, when are you guys going to start playing hip hop? But okay, hip hop's okay, but this is a metal club.
Did we lose Bob?
We may have.
Oh, did we lose 2? Oh, was I too long? Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I don't think you were that long. Well, we were only sitting there for a minute. Maybe they just hit the wrong button.
Oh man.
What's our lap count gonna be here?
Oh, I have no idea. I think I have 20. I have 20 laps of fuel into 8 liters. Maybe that's why I'm slow. Maybe it's the fuel. I don't know.
Yeah, I tried to do a hot lap with just a few bits of fuel, and I was still very slow. So
7, 6,
tease with the tease.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready up.
Barely made it.
Nice. Oh, okay, Bob. No worries. Yeah. Oh, what soup you got? What soup you got?
Half length behind.
Do you have soup and
1
a
length
baguette?
behind.
I did turn them down a touch to 95. Or did I not save it? I may not have saved it. So they're either
2
95 or they're
lengths
not.
behind. He's still there. 2 lengths back.
I keep thinking I don't have to slow down as much, like looking at the AI going, oh, I don't have to slow down that much. But when I don't slow down, I fucking slide. Like, I think they get some kind of grip advantage.
1 length back.
That's what I mean,
Still
yeah.
there.
You try and get on the power when they do, and it sort of just steps out
Half
the rear.
length back. Watch your line.
I don't know.
He's still there. 1 length back.
Oh, jeez. I'm pushing so
Yeah, he
hard to
says
keep
to-
up, and I just
Oh, I
can't.
don't know. You made it home, Carlo. Yay! Hooray! Now your weekend can start. It is Friday today, right? Yeah, we're doing Automobilista. It's Friday today.
Hell yeah, brother.
Boom. Oh, are you okay?
We were talking a bit about ACR while you were gone. How do you feel about the ACR updates and all that?
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. Sorry, I've just got to go and check on my dog. Sorry.
Oh,
2
shit.
seconds.
All right. What? Oh. How did that end up a 1 lap race?
Oh, I didn't change it after the last practice.
But it
Sorry.
said 10 minutes. So I think it's a
Say 10
bug.
minutes. Okay.
Well, at least it was over quickly. Buzz is gonna go check on the dog, but you guys don't mind, eh? We're all just hanging out. Yeah, I mean, of course it's light on the content. It's early access, right? But I think what's really pleasant about it is that they put in 1 tarmac, 1 gravel, and 1 snow, right? And then they added Monte Carlo, which does gravel or does tarmac and snow, so we can start playing with that. And I was playing it last night by myself, and I started the stage out with 20% snow, but I had it snowing. And by the time I got to the end of the stage, it was absolutely covered with snow. So I was just watching it pile up and accumulate on the stage while driving. And I think that is amazing. I love that. Because I really love driving in the snow. I don't get much of a chance here unless I go up to the mountain to go snowboarding. But yeah, solid tech demo, Sassy. Exactly. And that's where, if people are going into ACR thinking, it's not complete, is it? I go, well, yeah, early access, right? But, oh, man, if you guys have not played the gravel stages in the absolute sloppy wetness, you need to try it. I mean, it is so bang on, dude. The first time I got to go do some rallycross in real life, it was a day like that, like absolute sloppy wetness. Like if you hit the brakes, you just understeer. No turning for you. And I'm like, oh, finally we got a game that will just like do that. And then all the different ways that you can play it too, like you can take the gravel stages and you can make them groomed and you can make it dry, and it's not just wet or dry, right? Like there's kind of wet, there's really wet, there's absolutely sloppy, and then even on the dry stages you can have like the degradation is gone. You know, like the grip, you put it on optimal and it's like, yeah, the stage is swept, right? But then if you put it on dirty, it's like, oh, everything's messy and it's slippery everywhere. I love that. And they put that snow circuit in there, and people are moaning because that's what people do. They're moaning about, oh, it's only a circuit. Oh, they're only going around in circles. But it's a tech demo. It's early access, right? I was like, oh, this is a start, because we're driving on ice with snow on top of it. And I'm going, wow, okay, they're on to something here. And now with the new update where you get to drive on stages with snow that accumulates, oh, baby. So nice. Thanks, Forrest.
Okay. It was on one lap. I got it wrong, so I've set it to 10 minutes now instead.
No worries.
Okay, I'm just gonna nip away just while we do qualifying. I've got you on my screen. I'm just gonna go and make sure he's all right.
No worries.
He's having a very serious nosebleeds. My house is covered in blood right now.
Oh, man.
So yeah, he's pretty serious and he looks pretty scared. So I'm just gonna go and sit with him. I will be back. Yeah, this is just qualifying, but yeah, sorry. I won't be long.
No worries,
I'll
brother.
be back. Bye-bye.
Take care of the doggo. Everybody understands. I don't think anybody would prefer that we do qualifying as opposed to Buzz taking care of his dog, right?
Like, he's the cool one as well. he's a cool dog. So.
Yeah. I love my dogs. I don't have any dogs in the house right now, but if I was looking for another pet, I'd go get another dog. My dad's got a dog. He's here for a couple of months, so it's kind of like I've got a dog. My brake pressure. Locking it up too much on the corners here. It's interesting because the tire pressure is coming up, but not the heat. I'm starting out at 24 PSI so that I can bend the sidewall a bunch and make some tire heat, but not getting very warm, but they are raising pressure. It's 86 degrees on the track. It's about what we were doing on the other server. It's no worries. Still a fun combination either way. This game has evolved a lot in the last 5 years. Even when it first came out, it was good enough for me. I guess others were not so happy with it, but when I first started track racing, I was playing Project Cars 2, and this game was already an improvement over that when it first arrived. And it's just gotten better and better over that time. Just want to get together with some friends and drive who knows what on who knows what track. This is actually pretty damn awesome. Pretty easy to deal with all the settings. And even if you don't want to tune your cars, you don't really have to. Yeah, the audio is really great, Sassy, I agree. They've done a great job on the audio, which is a big part of track racing for all of us. I'm a seat of the pants kind of driver, so I don't really depend on the sound of the engine for performance. But, you know, just for the sake of hearing something that sounds better than, like, you know, the video games I grew up with in the 80s and 90s. Sounds were not, they were not sounds, they were, you know, 8-bit, 16-bit representations of engine sounds. That was the best that they could do at that time. These are like actually sound samples. Locking up a little bit. Maybe I'll try 85% pressure in the race. Feels like it's the back that's locking. Maybe I just do a little front bias. Brakes forward. Yeah, I thought I had that mapped to a voice command. Guess not. It's not adjustable in the car. There you go. That's why it's not working. Yeah, Sassy, I think you just nailed it. That's the difference between folks that are used to track racing with track tires and the high levels of grip, as opposed to where I come at it from. I tend to not trust tires and not trust lateral grip because I drive with momentum because I'm a rally racer. Most of my life I've spent driving off-road, not on-road. So I tend to not push track tires hard enough because I don't believe that they'll stay connected. For me, it just comes from a position of just like practicality. I have never owned a Formula car. I have no idea what a Formula car will or won't do. But I've owned a couple of Subarus. I own 2 Ford Focuses currently. I know what those will do. Yeah, driving with something like this with radials definitely is a little bit more my experience level. Using slip angle to make the corner and stuff. Not really drifting like Formula Drift or anything, but just a little bit of slip angle. Makes sense to me. But you know, at the same time, when I do a long stream of track racing, I am not doing 100 laps on the same track. I do like 5 laps and then I change track. And then I go through all the tracks. A lot of the times when they come out with new content on this game, I'll just do what I call a track tour, which is I'll just go through all the new tracks and then I'll just go through them one by one by one. Just like 5 minutes of quali, 5 minutes of racing on every track. I just spend 6 hours doing that. For me, circuit racing gets a little bit boring after about 5 laps. I'm like, oh, it's this corner again. Oh, it's this corner again. Oh, here's this next corner. Yep, okay, I've seen all the corners now. But yeah, driving on the verge at high speeds, it's definitely a thing, you know? Like, you get used to, you know, getting your tires up to just the right temperature. I've done this on Oregon Raceway Park in the Ford Focus. You get your tires up to just the right temperature, and if you push too hard, you start losing grip. And if you don't push enough, you're not hot enough, you're not getting enough grip, you know? Yeah, Sassy, I agree. You know, I drive on they're all-season tires, but they are like a 280 tread wear on the Ford Focus. And I feel like they're just the right balance of grip versus slip. So I can go into a corner like super aggressively and get a little slip angle out of it. But then when I let off the gas and let it grip up a little bit, it gets a little predictable. It's like just the right level. I feel like the autocross tires are perfect for my style of driving. Like the tarmac training that I want, I'm not going into grand touring. I'm not going into Formula, you know? I like street cars with, you know, a little extra sauce on them. You know, some tires, some brakes to turbo, you know, rip out the interior, make it lighter. You know, increase the brakes, not just the pressure, but, you know, the brake heat dissipation, so you can drive lap after lap after lap without cooking your brakes, so your brakes stay nice and cool. That's what I did to the Focus is I put some really nice brakes on it, and it stops on a freaking dime now. Like, it's insane how fast that car stops. Like, it catches people off guard the first time they drive it. And it's only got a little bit of power, so you can't really get yourself in a whole lot of trouble. But what it teaches you is like staying on the line, staying efficient. That's what I need to learn about tarmac. It's like I'm so used to playing with off-road stuff. I was no good at tarmac. I mean, that was, you know, 5-6 years ago when I started doing autocross.
Good day, sir. Sorry.
How's things, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna start the race, and you can do the race. But I'm gonna take off, unfortunately, because I'm now covered in blood.
Oh shit.
And I'm just gonna go
Poor
and chill
pup.
with him, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand, man.
Work out what the issue is. So yeah, I do apologize. I'm sorry.
No
So we're
sweat.
now covered in blood. So it's
Yeah,
no good.
nobody here minds that you're gonna choose to take care of your dog instead of streaming with us. It's all good.
Yeah, just it's easy. I'll just finish. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. So I don't know how long he's going to be. So I'm just going to go and sit with him. So yeah, I'll come over to you, and yeah, hopefully you have a good day. Hopefully I might see you at Forest's tonight. I might hang out with Forest for an hour before I do some other bits. But yeah, I might be over there this evening.
Yeah, I should be in there eventually.
So
Cool.
cool. All right, man. Thank you very much for the races, sir.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. Nice chats.
And no worries. I shall see you soon. Peace. Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna wait till this timer runs down. Give Buzz time to get the raid over before we start the race here. Right, there we go. Well, cheers, Buzz. I hope the doggo feels better soon. Like I said, nobody blames you for taking care of the dog before racing, so that's all good, buddy. We're
Right
basically
side.
just losing to AI and chatting
All
anyway,
clear.
so it's all good. Oh, Fernando crashed the first corner and left the race. Oh, man. That's exactly what we don't want people to do. Fuck these AI, man. It doesn't matter. You don't need to beat them. You don't need to get the W. Just race. Just drive the track. It's so unfortunate, but yet so prevalent. That is what people do on these games. If they mess up on the first corner, they're like, well, that's it. That's my race. I'm done. It's not perfect. I made a mistake. I can't win now. You go, well, how about, I mean, I never win. I literally never win. The only time I win is when I'm driving by myself. So, you know, if I had that attitude, I would never get any racing done. shit. Just when I think I got the slip angle figured out on these things, they just give out on me. But only a poor workman blames his tools. Damn, did it again. I was even letting off the gas that time. Yep, that's gonna absolutely gonna blow that brake zone if I was trying to turn it. I am driving as fast as these tires will allow me. I am right on the edge the whole time here. Tire pressures are up to 30 psi in the back, 31 in the front now too. So definitely pushing them. Still not hot though, they're still 50 degrees in the back. This might be one of those classes where we just need to turn down the AI a little bit farther. Most of the time 100 is where we run it at. It feels pretty good, maybe. I think Buzz turned it to 95. Maybe try 90 the next time we race against these Formula Vs. Some AI classes are a little bit powered in the car class itself. This is the nice thing about the AI on this game, is it is class specific in the way that they drive and the behavior, what kind of grip they get. More popular classes like GTs and stuff are very, very refined. Probably just a matter of priority. I think if more people race these, they'd probably get more feedback about it. Then they'd go in and make an adjustment. These are fun. They're like little go-karts. Damn fun to drive. I don't even care about winning. It just be like to be in the crowd, like You know, avoiding other cars, try not to bump into them. You know, it's a bit of racecraft. That's what makes track racing fun, in my opinion. Lap times are kind of, I'd rather be like, you know, in the mix. Yeah, right, PSI bar. Just another way of measuring it. You guys use barometric pressure, which is atmospheres. Most tires are slightly over atmospheric pressure, so you get 1.8 or 2.0 bar. We just measure it pounds per square inch because we're still on the imperial system in the United States, because years ago they just thought it would be too hard to teach everybody metric, and they're like, nah, that's fine, we'll just stick with the imperial king's measurements. And now they go, well, it'd still be too hard to teach people metric because they're used to imperial measurements. And like, yeah, it's just like learning another language. You just start doing it, it gets easier. I pretty much know kilometers as well as I know miles now, so it's not a big deal. You just do it. Just get used to it. Metric is definitely a hell of a lot simpler when it comes to measurement, since everything's done in decimal places. Thousand meters is a kilometer, you know, that whole thing. For metric tools too, like working on Subarus and Toyotas and everything, I got used to all that. I'm not as good with SAE, which is what people like to call it. Standard. You're always having to do fractional math. People are like, oh yeah, it'd be too hard to learn metric. They'd rather do fractional math. Like, what? Be too hard to learn something new, so we prefer doing fractional math all the time. That's fucking silly. Let's see. You know what? If we just change the date here, maybe we can make it a little warmer and grippier on track. And then, can we change? No, we can't change the AI from in here. We'd have to restart. I was going to turn them down another 5, but that's all right. Well, that's it for me, guys. The only reason I even do track racing is to race with friends, and Buzz has gone, and I'm kind of getting bored of this combo. So I'm going to raid Freitas, and we'll see you guys later on today, hanging out with Wolvie and Freitas and Forrest and all the cool people that we're friends with in the rally community. Just go to my outro scene here, and we'll put on a cool video. How about this one? Here's me driving a stock Ford Focus on a hill climb a couple years ago. I actually got first place in the street touring hatch class. And this is the award-winning run right here. So it's not an amazingly fast car or anything, but when you keep the momentum up in the class that you're in, you can get a win. So this is just me driving efficiently. So let's set up this raid to Mr. Freitas. Yeah, and Forrest, we'll catch you later on today. If you guys have not followed Forrest yet, you might do so now. That way you know when he's gone online, which should probably not be too long, just a few more hours, and he'll be up racing. They'll be doing clubs, and then they'll be doing lobbies on WRC. And Freitas is playing some ACR, so you guys can get a look at that. And those of us in the rally community, we are big fans. Wolvie's playing it right now, doing medals. Freitas is playing on the new Monaco stages on dry tarmac right now. So let's go hang out. Let's go see what they're up to. Later, guys. We'll catch you the next time. I'm just going to let the raid run out on its own. It'll just be a few more seconds. Let you guys enjoy this ride up the hill. Mary Hill Loops Road. This is part of the Oregon Trail Rally. Our buddy Jacob will be doing this event, fingers crossed, in the middle of April, and we'll be there. We'll be filming it. We'll be streaming it. And then my group will be there in May, I think, doing hill climb, and we're going to drive the Impreza this year. So good fun. Lots of fun coming up. Later, guys.